Hello, what's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome to Pipe Bomb Sessions. We're here and we're going to be talking about all WWE related breaking news, rumors, some crazy stuff that's been happening around Raw and SmackDown. We're getting ready for WrestleMania, obviously. We're on the road to WrestleMania, and I think this past Friday night, we definitely got things continuing with the boom, especially with Randy Orton opening the show off and calling out KO for the BS he's been doing. And I think Orton's going to go into that place, guys. I really do think he's going to go into that 2009 type of Orton where we already saw he was trying to punt the hell out of KO's head at the chamber, but obviously he was stopped. I think he's going to be able to take care of business when it comes to Mania time. Whenever KO does intend to show his face, and most likely do a attack from behind type of thing, KO style, you know what I mean? One thing that I was a little surprised on SmackDown was they're making Tiffany look a little weak. I'm personally a pretty big Tiffy time fan, but Charlotte just keeps attacking her. It's kind of making me feel like, are they gonna have Charlotte or Tiffy win this? I'm not entirely sure anymore. Charlotte's look a little strong. Tiffy's gonna need some offense if they're gonna make her look somewhat of a threat, especially because I don't know, she's the champion. I feel like that would be pretty useful. One thing that I'm not a huge fan about is I guess this is officially the road to WrestleMania. We got to have one or two matches that not everybody's a huge fan of. One of them might be the Drew versus Priest matchup. I don't know. I think Drew deserves a lot more. He should be doing a lot more, in my opinion. Priest is a good wrestler. Don't get me wrong. Former champion, obviously. I just don't think he's on Drew's level. Drew should be able to take care of business and keep moving on with his story, which I assume is going to make a run in with the OTC, who, by the way, for anyone who missed it last night at MSG's Raw show, the OTC's back, ladies and gentlemen, but we'll get to that in just a minute. Another thing I liked was Cody's promo. Cody's promo was pretty cool. Typical Cody promo, calling out Cena. I think the promo battles between Cena and Cody are going to get good, especially because we're seeing a different side of Cody, a little bit more intensity than usual. Maybe because he got betrayed by the guy he looked up to. But hey, not too bad. Just side note, his face bruise looks pretty bad. I think Travis Scott has to watch his back a little bit when he gets into the ring with Cody again. Now, a story that's really heating up on SmackDown, and I think we all expect this, was with the return of Jade. I myself also thought Bianca was the mastermind behind it. She still could be. She could be doing a very good acting job on it. However, right now it looks like Naomi and Jade is being written up for the Mania card since Bianca's a little busy. However, that promo that Naomi and Bianca had, I like that side of Naomi. We haven't seen her really be a heel in that sense. Her calling out the reason that she's been kind of kicked to the side because of Jade coming up, and then Jade basically riding the back of Bianca all the way to the top of the women's tag team division, at least. I can see where Naomi's coming from in that sense. Kind of got overlooked, had to take care of business, you know, and basically push Jade through a car. That was pretty interesting. I did like the little subtle look that WWE always likes to do with what certain people wear. Like Jade was wearing the white with the red on it, basically representing, in my opinion, Naomi's blood marks all over her clothes, and then Naomi and Bianca both wearing black, as Jade was wearing when she returned. So that was pretty cool. One thing that now I'm gonna switch gears to Raw, last night's episode, which was pretty good. MSG episode. I do not expect anything less from that. I will say Jay is building a lot of momentum, but Gunther is doing exactly what he said if Jay's chose him, which is he's taking him out. He's pretty much handling business, and Jay is getting choked out on a weekly basis. I think this is just making Jay look more and more stronger. Not super excited for the Jay versus Gunther match. I personally think it's going to open night one of Mania. Maybe get the crowd popped early, get them going, and who better than the guy who's been one of the hottest people in WWE. It's Jey Uso, Mr. Yeet himself. I think I think overall the match is going to be good. Let's just hope it's better than the Jay and Jimmy matchup we had to sit through last year, just super kicks and just seemed like bad chemistry, honestly. I hope Gunther and Jay have good chemistry. I personally am a fan of Gunther as well. I think he's good. I think he's a good wrestler. His championship reign has been a little underwhelming as of late. I think the IC title was just a different type of prestige level he was on. And since he's gotten the world heavyweight, it's like he's lost some of that aura. Not sure why or what happened. Let's hope Gunther can get it back going in the next month or so and build some real good momentum. However, right now, I mean, it just seems like Jay's the guy who's gonna come up on top. Let's see, let's see. Gunther keeps taking my man out after every match of every week, and now Jay faces Austin Theory next week, I believe, in Belgium, which just means that most likely Gunther's gonna take him out again, which would be pretty wild. Uh, Someone that I think everybody's either a fan or not a huge fan of is Logan Paul, obviously. Logan Paul's one of those guys that I guess can't really get behind him sometimes because he just does things, says things that really don't make sense. He's kind of like a Dominic Mysterio. I feel like them teaming up will be a really, really good heel tag team. They would get booed out of the fucking ass and probably booed out of the arena on a daily basis, but might not be a bad thing. Maybe that's the heat that they would need more. I think some of the things that Logan does is pretty interesting. I will say he is pretty athletic. He knows what he's doing in that ring a little bit. He's came a long way from the beginning, and looks like he's going to be going against my man AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. I've been personally watching AJ since the TNA days, and I think we all know how good of a wrestler AJ is. So they'll probably put up a marquee matchup if that is what it's going to be at Mania. Personally, I would like to see both of them somehow get involved with Braun Breaker and the IC title. I think that would be really cool. We know Braun Breaker is now facing Finn Balor next week for the IC title. I think that's interesting. I think Dirty Dom's setting him up, personally. I think this is it. Next week we see officially not just cracks, but Judgment Day breaking. I don't know. It's just that weird feeling that Dom went up and got a title opportunity for Balor, even though Balor's been calling him out for his shit week by week. Even Liv questioned him afterwards, saying, "Why didn't you put yourself in the match?" And he says that Finn got this. I think if Finn wins, then Dom attacks him, as well as, well, I guess Carlito. He is still there and part of the Judgment Day. If Finn doesn't win, I think he still gets attacked and called out by Liv, Raquel, and Dirty Dom for not getting the job done, even though he talks up a big game. I think that's where this is all leading. It would be interesting to see Finn win and then maybe have like a Finn versus Dom matchup at Mania. That would be interesting. If that were in the works or books, I think Dirty Dom would even take that, personally speaking, even though I love Finn Balor. My man always takes L's at the wrong time, though, man. I need him to get a W or something. Finn Balor, I feel like he's been just okay ever since losing that original Universal title, and just opportunity after opportunity keeps slipping from my guy's hands. Let's hope next week is a little bit different for my man Finn Balor, and if he does lose, please get him out of the Judgment Day, guys. Let's get him out of Judgment Day. Let's get the Demon Persona down the line back. Let's do something with this man. I don't think they know what they're doing with Balor and the Judgment Day, especially because Dirty Dom keeps asking for new member, and Balor keeps saying no, no, no. I have a weird feeling it's Aleister Black. Either Aleister Black shows up right at Mania, or the Raw after Mania. I don't see him arriving beforehand unless Triple H and WWE want to get him involved in WrestleMania itself this year. They have a month plus, so it's possible. It's definitely possible. It would be cool to see Aleister Black back into WWE. I think people liked him before, and I think people are waiting for him to return as well. I would like to see him return. I would also like to see Miro return. I think he was huge. Obviously, Mr. Rusev Day himself. Losing him was a bit of a hit on popularity, but then it's like the other company didn't even use him. They used him in the beginning, then they forgot about him. If you're gonna forget about some of your stars, WWE will happily take them and treat them how they're supposed to be treated as stars. So I'm hoping that these guys get over there and it's a good time. I'm really hoping that works out. One funny moment on Raw that I personally liked was the guy with the luchador mask running around, who I'm convinced is Chad Gable. I don't care what happened in the backstage segment. I don't care who they showed with the handcuffs or whatever. That was a plant from Chad Gable. It was Chad Gable himself who was like that. There's no way. There's no way it could be anyone else. I just don't see it unless it's. I mean, this is a long shot. Unless Ray Phoenix attacking him. I heard him in WWE maybe getting into a deal or already got into a deal. I don't know. I don't know if Ray Phoenix would attack him or not. And I feel like I feel like it would be Gable, and he used the same German that Gable does. I mean, unless they're trying to play it as super obvious on purpose, so then they can have a new luchador get debuted in Ray Phoenix. That'd be pretty cool. I would not mind that at all. Maybe have him and Penta go face to face. That would be pretty interesting. I don't know if they would face off against each other, but it would be a little cool little reunion. Like, hey, I know you. Welcome. I'm already having a good time here. You're gonna have a lot of fun too. But let's see. I personally like Chad Gable. I think he's going into that Kurt Angle type of comedy / serious act, which is never a bad thing. I thought Kurt Angle was always entertaining, especially during his comedy days that he used to do those little segments with Stone Cold and Vince in the back. I thought those were pretty funny. It's just interesting to see where they're going with it. And like, what happened to the New Day story? Like, we were doing so well with them with the heel run, all these promos and small little like attacks, and I don't know, something just fell off in that match last night. It just looked like cool, yeah, we got the win, but I don't know. Maybe we just gotta hype them up a little bit again. I feel like they died down a little bit, and somehow they have to get back on the roller coaster going up. They've been too busy enjoying the downfall of the roller coaster, which we don't need. The New Day are talented still. They obviously put up good matches. Let's get a tag team to attack them. I don't know. Let's get a big babyface team in this and have them do something, or have them involved. Get them upset that they're now a Mania. Something like that would be pretty cool. A surprise last night was Cody showing up. I like that. I thought, you never know. It's New York City. Cody shows up. I know Cena isn't available, but the final boss did not show up. Did not. But you never know. It is New York if he were to show up. But it was just Cody hyping up next week's show. He's going to be there. Calls out Cena for his shit. Saying he's going to confront Cena himself. Face to face, one-on-one for the first time since the Chamber. Since Cody was left bloodied and battered on the freaking floor, getting slapped around by Travis Scott. Literally. Which is crazier. I think this makes the story very interesting. I at first thought that this was a lock for John Cena to win the 17th. Cena going heel, I think this really helps Cody out more than Cena. I think without him going heel, Cena had like a guaranteed 17th title. I now think it's a 50-50 coin flip. I think it really depends on momentum and what they got spewing for as soon as the very next night. Obviously, we know the draft is going to be happening right afterwards. So there's that. So a lot of superstars are going to get switched around. Plus, Cena wins. How long is he going to be actually around? I feel like this whole quote unquote, yeah, I'm back for the whole, retirement tour, but I'm going to be going to Africa sometimes, Budapest, and wherever else I got to record, which is, hey, no worries, but kind of got to advertise like that. I get it, but people are waiting. I think as we get closer to Mania time, we'll be able to see more of Cena. I hope at least, especially post Mania time, we'll be able to see Cena more. Personally, I hope he wins the 17th. Let's get my man the 17th freaking title. Break that record. We got this. Let's go heel Cena. Captain the Chain Gang. Speaking of captains, I like that Cody called himself the captain now. I thought that was some badass shit. I think he finally is now stepping up and saying, this is my WWE now, not yours. He basically not only took a shot, in a sense, he was saying that Roman last year, Roman, dropped the title to him. Now he's saying this is Cena. If he beats Cena, it really is Cody's WWE. I would say he is the quarterback. He would be that guy. But let's see what happens next week. I'm really excited for the promo battles. I think Cena can cook anyone, anytime he wants. That's the thing. Especially when it comes to a promo. He's one of the best to do it. I would love to see what happens with that. And as usual, ladies and gentlemen, I don't understand. I'm not a huge fan of her, but Raquel is now getting women's IC title opportunity, I believe, in the future. For who knows what reason. I mean, hey, congrats to Raquel. Good for you. Cool. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? This IC title just seems like it's kind of not going anywhere. Like the US women's title with Chelsea Green, it's in this revolving circle with Mishin over and over. I mean, yeah, she just recruited Alba Fire to her, how she calls her secret service, I guess, her version of it. Which is pretty funny, but still, introduce these two titles. Let's get some of the women after it again. Like, I don't want to see the same 2 or 3 people. Yeah, Raquel's a new competitor, but she's also the tag champion. I assume those titles are going to be on the line at Mania. What are we doing with that? Like, I haven't really seen any tag teams kind of like calling Liv and Raquel out. Can we get something going? Maybe have Alexa Bliss, Alexa Bliss, Liv has kind of screwed Alexa a couple times. Maybe have Alexa Bliss and Uncle Howdy show up. Where are my guys Uncle Howdy and the Y6? I know there's a woman on that team that can help Alexa Bliss out and Nikki Cross. And so you never know. Maybe they team up, you get a matchup like that. You get a couple other matchups, some NXT tag teams coming up. I'm not really sure. I feel like the women's side, Triple H has been doing okay, but then there's just certain aspects of it he just doesn't really mind about it or doesn't pay as much attention as the men's side, which there could be some really compelling stories here. I think, once again, as he always says, be patient. Let's just see what he has cooking. I think the woman's side, he may have to start cooking a little bit earlier just to get people really into it. Especially when you have people like Raquel winning, guys. Like, that's not the jaw-dropping awe moment. I mean, yeah, it was against Bayley, who we've also seen opportunities, but I feel like it's more of a backup with Bayley versus Raquel. I think one thing I didn't like was Rhea and Bianca disrespecting my girl Io, the women's champion. What is going on? You pushing her around. Of course, both you guys gonna get slapped in the face by her and dropped because you disrespecting her. Arguably, she might be the best wrestler out of the 3 in there. Like, come on. And she's the champion. She got the gold around her race. Rhea, she beat you last week. Like, you can't even beat Io. How are you pushing her around like she's a child? She's not new to this. Trust me, Io's gonna get revenge and more revenge. She's gonna remember that disrespect. And both of them better keep watching out if they keep forgetting about her, because she gonna keep that title. She'll walk in with Mania with that title. She'll walk out from Mania with that title. It's interesting. We would consider that being the main event of night 1. However, our main guy has now returned. The Tribal Chief, the original Tribal Chief, OTC, returned at the end of that fabulous and brutal match between Rollins and Punk, which, let's take a note, Rollins officially tied it up, regardless if he meant to or not. So, I know down the line we're going to see a Rollins Punk 3. I'm going to be excited for it because the first matchup was pretty good. I thought last night's Steel Cage matchup was excellent. Like, that was awesome. I didn't think that was bad at all. They were going back and forth, kicking out of a bunch of finishers, using the Steel Cage to advantage. I like that they kept having opportunities to be able to just walk out. But because of their hatred for each other, because of how much they freaking hate each other, they just did not want to walk out like that. They both were like, screw it. And at one times, Rollins just staring at Punk. He was going to beat his ass more. Who comes from behind through the crowd? The OTC drags his ass out and says, yo, what's up? I'm back. And freaking Superman punches and spears the hell out of my guy. Even gave him his own freaking move, the curb stomp. I don't think I've seen the OTC ever do a curb stomp, ladies and gentlemen. So that was pretty freaking wild. I was hoping you'd be able to take Rollins out. But of course, you know, the backup from the back comes in, the managers, and stop him. I thought something that was very interesting is Paul Heyman consoling and comforting CM Punk in the middle of the ring. I think Paul Heyman doing that for CM Punk in that ring, that slight moment, Roman looked at him and laughed for that reason. He knows something is up. He knew something was up at Survivor Series. He knew something was up afterwards. He may even know something is up during the Rumble. I mean, things are a little off. That's all I'm going to say. It's looking like that favor is still in CM Punk's pocket. But Roman just didn't like that his wise man was getting a little bit too comfortable with the Second City Savior. I don't know, man. And we all know Punk's always been a Paul Heyman guy. Remember, the very first longest streak for a champion. And, you know, the most recent that we can remember, one of them was CM Punk being a Paul Heyman guy. You know, long title reigns. Paul Heyman, again, managed then Lesnar. Followed by managing, obviously, the Tribal Chief. So he has a history with managing some of the best people. And, you know, Punk and him are good friends for a while. You never know. Maybe Heyman remembers that no one was there for him when Solo and the New Bloodline attacked him. Roman and everybody was gone. Nobody was there for Paul Heyman. Nobody picked up the phone. Maybe Paul still remembers this and there's issues. Maybe there's something deeper going on. Maybe the favor is Paul Heyman leaving Roman for Punk. Punk thinks that he needs Paul again. He needs that influence, that voice. He just needs that extra manager, if you want to say, to handle some business on the back end for him while he handles it in the ring. I can see that. I can see Paul Heyman going back to Punk. However, it's going to not be a simple, I'm walking over. It's going to be more of a fight. And I think that's why Roman speared the holy hell out of him last night. And as I predicted, we put the fingers up, damn it. We hold them in there because that's how the Tribal Chief does. I believe that's the main event of night one, no matter what. Obviously, the Triple Threat Women's match is going to be a good match. Don't get me wrong. I think it's going to be dope. It's going to be lit. It's going to be fire. But I don't know, guys. Personally, I think that a Triple Threat, Roman, Seth, Punk, there's going to be so many layers to it. If they even wanted to, they could take Punk out. You know, maybe his favor is to get into the Cena-Cody matchup. Not sure how that would play out right now, but we would need it to play out, I would say, kind of soonish. Or it's just the triple threat as we're seeing right now between Rollins, Reigns, and Punk, which is not bad. It would be interesting to see a Rollins and Reigns one-on-one matchup for sure. But if we're going to do a triple threat, let's at least get like some kind of stipulation into it, man. Let's get like a number one contenders. I don't know, maybe one of them can't fight for a title for a certain amount of time. Can't be on the same show or something, you know, messes up some kind of situation with the GMs. Let's make it interesting. Also, I would not be against having the match some kind of like I don't know. I don't know if it has to be like a Hell in a Cell, but at least make it like a no holds barred or like a falls count anywhere. I don't know. Let's have them fight and like use everything. Let's do this. Let's like make it interesting. Like these guys all don't like each other. Roman Reigns is still clearly haunted by Rollins. Punk and Rollins have been hating each other. Rollins was haunted by Punk. That's why he wanted the rematch for the cage. Now Punk is most likely gonna get haunted by freaking Rollins because he tied it. Now he knows that Rollins has something to say until they get that third matchup. But that's probably in the backseat until he gets to talk to the OTC to be like, "What the fuck were you doing, spearing my ass? And you cost me a matchup." So I can see a lot of power dynamics going on, man. This is gonna be interesting. I think next week's show is gonna be very good, especially because we're gonna see first time heel Cena. I hope we get a new theme for him. I think it's gonna be personally Dr. Thugonomics coming back. Let's see what happens. I personally can't wait. Think it'll be cool. And welcome to the road to WrestleMania. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening. This is Pipe Bomb Sessions once again. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys next time.